He saw this stuff and that Christopher Wray was right that he wasn't made aware of it. So I don't know that Christopher Wray was not made aware of it. Quite honestly, I don't think DNI Ratcliffe could actually say that because he's not there. As you know, he's not in the FBI. He just sees the overall intelligence. But it is possible that they saw this information, and what they do is they do plausible deniability, right? So they do not let the top people know what's going on. At least there's no paper trail of them having any knowledge, so they can just wash their hands. Well, we had no idea this was going to happen, but the whole time the FBI, in other words, the FBI knew this was going to happen. It was an inside job, and they kept it quiet. It from Director Wray, or they kept any records of Director Wray being notified of this, because their job as a deep state, like the CIA, is to protect the cabal, to protect the treasonous traitors, rat bastards in the Capitol, in Congress, in the top echelons of the FBI and the DOJ. This was all a flag of disingenuous origin. You know what I'm talking about? The initials are FF. A flag that is not true. Some would say false. They knew the leftists were going to do this. If you really know how things operate, many of these leftists are actually CIA and trained to do this. They are agents provocateurs, and it was going to be blamed on President Trump. And I really wish President Trump had to know this was going to happen. And yes, he did say, let's peacefully and patriotically protest. But I really wish he would have been even more explicit, saying, we are going to march to the Capitol. We are not going to go in. We want to be outside and have our voices heard. We want to be peaceful. I call for nonviolence. President Trump really should have said those words, knowing that these people use every single excuse to blame everything on him. Now, I don't blame President Trump for not being forceful or more, even more specific than he already was. It just really would have helped break down their narrative. Absolutely insane. Oh, but there's more. There's more here. Let's get back to this.
This is such an important point because once again we find the FBI in the middle of it, the broken link at the FBI. So the FBI knew about it, did not pass on that information for whatever reason. Christopher Wray says he didn't know about it. We also know what else happened with the FBI over the last 4 years.
Okay, so the FBI, here I am, I'm going to say something that hopefully won't land me in hot water, but the FBI has absolutely proven that they are the enemy of the people. They are working against us. Christopher Wray is working against us. When he first started off, he was part of the Comey crew, the cover-upper for all the crimes of the previous FBI director and the Obama administration. And now he's got his own list of crimes and his own list of support for the deep state. And it is deeper and deeper and deeper. We need to eradicate, we need to dismantle, and we need to get rid of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. They have proven time and time again to be useless, worthless, and even worse, working against us. And Maria Bartiromo also had John Solomon, one of my heroes, and I would say, one of my heroes. The fix was in against President Trump in the early days of his presidency, candidate Trump as a candidate, and then president-elect during the time of transition. We need to get rid of the CIA, get rid of the FBI. If necessary, divvy up those things to the U.S. Marshals, which do not seem to be as corrupt, or just scrap the whole thing, folks. It gets to a point where